Hello, welcome to episode 1, season 26 of Rupel Boom. We have Lyon in Group E of the Champions League. This is actually quite a difficult group. Lyon, Schalke, Valencia. I decided on Lyon away because they'd actually gone far in the Champions League last year. And, we had the early draw, I think, against Valencia away, but we've taken control of the group. We'll seriously take control of the group if we can beat Lyon away from home. We have lost a few significant players. However, what we have now as a team is probably the most exciting group that we've had in a long time in terms of like where they can actually go, and just the football that they're playing. You'll see that currently we have a net profit of £200 million. That's going to change a little bit through one of the signings that we just made that will come in January. So let's try and sort this out. 481 million out, 281 million in. Of course, you've got the loans. Thank you, loan manager. Ip Chung Kit goes to Anderlecht for free. Played against him. Actually played well against us. Boris Banza off to Kortrijk. Naldo Hasselbank moves to Marseille for 3.7 million. Could rise to 4.6. I do apologise. Matt Kolstad off to Genk. Luc Gué. He is a Chelsea player now at 6.25 million. Heavy losses on some of these. Joshua, I think, that might have been a profit. No, that was a heavy loss as well, of course. Recently, I have been buying some Barcelona players for free, but Joshua was not one of them. Boise, he was for free, and he then got sold for 20 million, so 20 million profit. Nice. Promul gets sold for 22.5. That's another heavy loss, but it doesn't matter. Overall, this is a gain of 200 million this season. Carlos Andre goes for 25.5 million pounds. Jose Ortiz moves to Barcelona for 40 million pounds. He was in the under 21, so I don't know how we got that kind of money. Tom Askey, quite a significant loss of money here, but you'll understand with the centre mids that are in and around the first team that really are the exciting thing about this team. Why we needed to move him on. He wasn't going to get game time, or I wasn't going to allow him to get game time. Juan Quadras, who we signed for 90 million, actually goes out for much less. But he's done his job. He got us a Champions League, so I'm not complaining there. Sabria, the right-sided defender, understudy to Minerato, he gets sold to PSG for 60 million. Izella gets sold for 70 million, something that was kind of on the cards. And then Minerato is the big sale, 120 million pounds plus 40% of his next sale. So there's a huge change up at right-sided defence, right back, and some of the answers are in the in column, okay? So Dimitri, great signing from Palmeiras, I think, 155k. Madness. A perfectionist striker, 18-year-old Brazilian. Luis Miguel, a winger from Barcelona, coming in at a very low release clause. Paulo Borien from Juventus signs up for 1.2 million. Then we've got Anderson Luiz, a Brazilian centre-back, signed up for 9 million from Flamengo. Jean-Paul Willars, he is from PSV, a 10.5 million pound purchase. Istanbul Başakşehir, Uzun, the forward, maximum potential there, and that is 20.5 million pounds. Marcos Diaz is from Benfica, a striker that's looking really nice, really tasty. 34.5 million. I think most of these were on trial. The top two weren't. Alan Rodia signed up. And I got Cesar Pena because I thought it was pretty cheap for what he could bring to the team, and also we were kind of needing a right back replacement. Yep, was moving that defensive midfielder to right back. Thought it was very, very much ready to play that role, and I've been giving him a crash course in the role since he's got here, and well, he's gone from knowing absolutely nothing to awkward in the position. So he's getting there, and yeah, he's to be fair, even though he's not understood what right back is, he's not put a foot wrong. He has got sent off, but it was a couple of a couple of yellow cards. It wasn't like a straight up idiot's challenge. And at the top, because he was 18, he looked like a really solid centre back at that moment. I risked it for Hamza Benali, and it looks like it's paid off. Didn't have him on trial. PSG wasn't interested. They said, give us 80-something million, and you can have him. So there you go. I coughed out 84 million at the end. Right. Well, not actually right at the end. I got Pena later than that. Fair enough. But very, very good player, and a realist similar to the other Moroccan. Do you remember when this guy came in, he was volatile, he was temperamental, but now he's not. Just a change in attitude since he joined Rupel Boom. They're all going to get, well, they have added to the team and made this a very exciting squad. Probably not as good as last year, but definitely exciting. And I don't know, I've got this first half of the season to sort things out to potentially go on and do well in the Champions League. We have just signed up a new player for £74 million. So it's a big money signing. Another Inter Milan midfielder. Take a look at that guy. Fucking hell. Johan Stegenberg. This is just silly now. The midfield talent that we've got is nauseating, to be honest. I think Sturm will probably make way. Any kind of money that we get for him is going to be a bonus because we got him on a free, of course. But I want to give a shout out to Javier Casanova, who's come in from the under-21s. I knew that he was going to be a big player, but the impact that he's having, he's a good penalty taker as well on that first team. Outstanding, really pulling strings out there. I would say that Havenar is getting a bit more understanding at Mazzala, but he's another option there to potentially get sold on once the Swedish midfielder comes in. That Swedish midfielder is an attacking midfielder, so there'll have to be some kind of transformation to get him to learn how to sit a little bit deeper, but nothing that we're not doing with the central defensive midfielder come right back in Pena. Other than that, what else we got? I want Richardson Rennie to kick on now on the left-hand side. So we're trying to play more of him on the left-hand side. I want to see how far Rennie van Bell can get because we've just brought him up, and the free transfer out of Club Brugge is looking like it could be an absolute gem for us. Didn't expect that at all. What else? Zorika's there playing games. We've got Wu Zhao Chen out on loan to Atletico Madrid because he doesn't like big games. Doesn't show you there, that's fine. He doesn't like big games anyway. And we brought in Adolfo Chavez. We've got a Chavez up front. That's actually not that bad. He's already scored, I believe. He scored 3 goals for us. Yes, lad. Other changes. Defensively, of course, will be weaker, but Bernali's going to become a better player, and I mean, it's time for Guy Guerin to step up. Slightly injured right now, but it's nothing serious. I think it was a 3-week injury. Time for him to be the guy for us, centre back. Carafino, he's getting there, 24 years old. Restrepo's still the man in between the sticks. What I don't like is that Voropayev still can't do attacking left, which just, I don't know. It bewilders me, honestly. He's got everything to be good at attacking midfield left, but I guess that's probably not going to work out. There's plenty of wingers down in the under-21s, under-18s that will eventually take his place. That is just how it's going to go. But for this season, he's staying as the understudy to Kayer. And of course, Rennie's there learning how to be left winger as well. So your time is almost up, Voropayev. Sorry, you could have done it. Oh, we got the Hungarian there as well. Throwing him into the mix at 19 years old. Young and incredibly exciting. We've also got him signing up soon. Wicked. Very good. Definitely not as good quality-wise. That's an obvious, to be honest. But it is a joy to watch, and I hope that they show you today with how we play. Right then, a lot of players out on loan. This is like marking a new era for sure, with the likes of Izella, Minerato, Aski's out. There's a lot of big players that did push this team forward or into their era. They've gone now, and we've got new faces. Team selection. Let's go. A little bit of micromanagement needed, which I like, actually. It feels like I'm a bit more involved, other than like last season, where I just press start, submit team, and just watch the team annihilate whatever was in front of them. No, this time we have to just make sure we allowing Pena to get game time and get ready for the bigger games later in the season, comfortable in his position. Just try and rotate as much as we can. I'll have Rennie there as well. So we'll have a couple. And actually, when we get into the game, presuming we got Sturm and Havenar in the midfield, we'll swap them to around, because Havenar is way better as a Mazzola. There you go. See what we can do against Lyon. In the reverse fixture, they did spring a surprise. Marconi actually scored against us. Old Rupel Boom player. But they lost 2-1 in the end, and they only had one shot in the entirety of the game. It was a nice chip. Really nice chip. They're definitely playing in a different formation today. How strange. Petrovic was on the... We had a lot of admirers in our scouting team for Petrovic, but thankfully we didn't do that. Thankfully we didn't pull that trigger, because he's not looking like the player that we thought he was going to be. At one point, Leon wanted £150 million for him. No. I think the valuation of about 70 million that they've got now, 70, 80 million, whatever it is a bit fairer, but only a little bit. Oh, there you go. And Granelli at the back post there from a Rodrigo Gabbiadini knock-on. We didn't sell Gabbiadini because of the new contract that he'd signed up to take him all the way up to when he was about 30 years old. There was no interest because he wasn't interested in moving. That really did phase through Granelli's back. I rate what they've done with the match engine. I think it's way better than what it ever was. But there is still issues like that where the ball goes through the player. It's like watching FIFA. It's not as bad as FIFA, isn't it? This is a big question. If I could transform all the viewers on my main channel to Football Manager at this second, would I? Never play FIFA again. I probably would. It's a shame that, isn't it? But then again, like, if this year's anything to go by, FIFA is at least going in the right direction. But we'll have to see if it continues that way. There's a lot of it's a make do amend attitude at EA at the moment, I think. Just the career mode guys haven't got anything for about 5 years. We'll show that we care by giving them a lot this year and then not touching the game again for another 5 years. Yeah, that ain't gonna fly. Not a lot of people are gonna be happy about that. But if they put the same amount of effort as what they did this season, FIFA 21, if they put the same amount of effort for the next 3-4 years, it could be sick. Could be really good. That is going in. Yes, Boulaye Chaib, the left back. It just span off the front post with a favourable bounce. Agonising for Leon because it goes all the way across the line before going in. Yeah, twice the amount of shots on target, and about twice the amount of XG. Let's have a look then. Micromanagement. See, we'll have Enzo in, who's just scored his first goal for the club. We'll go for Adolfo Chavez up front because we'll have a little celebration if Chavez scores in one of these videos, and we will go. Not just yet, but I think we'll either go John Proud at right back or we'll go Rennie Van Bell at right attacking mid, depending on if we can get a third goal. If that is the case, if we can get a third goal, I'll probably go Ebersbach off. But Peña's been awesome. That's something that we need to talk about. I got a new assistant manager for the first time and a new, oh my goodness, Cantona-esque, my friend. That is quite amazing. That is stupendous. 816,395 shirts sold. So that's like an increase of just under 200,000 in terms of the shirts. That's a really big increase, to be honest. And closing on that million mark. With the big names that we've sold, though, this year, maybe it drops. I don't know. It might drop. We'll have to find out, and we'll just wait and see. I can't wait for the stadium. With that amount of shirts sold, a stadium, when eventually they start listening to me, is surely a must. Surely it's going to get green lighted straight away. But yeah, we got the head of youth recruitment, the old head of youth recruitment, that I was going to show in a picture, but I don't want to be rummaging through my computer, so I'll actually throw this into the editor, because I did make a screenshot, and just to respect the guy, the old head of youth recruitment was at my club since 2021, and he's just retired, so respect to him. Since I was on the staff page, I also sacked my assistant manager that had ran with me for a long time as well, maybe even 2021, you never know. And we got Rennie injured. Oh boy. Let's have Kayer in then. It's a good job that I didn't make that third sub. I get a chance here. Big respect to them guys. Obviously they've had some serious success at Rupel Boom through their staff careers. You never know. I mean, like that assistant manager might have a couple more years left in him if he wants to take up another gig. But I just thought, kill two birds with one stone since we were there, and I saw myself nearly getting the Anderlecht assistant manager. It was disappointing not to get him. He signed a new contract with Anderlecht instead, but finding a solid guy at Mechelen or some crazy team that absolutely loves to tell me in the dugout that Pena is being played in the wrong position. Yes, I know, but he's not the wrong position, is it? Not for our team, because we've signed him up to be the right back. Everything's going in the right direction here. I love the progression that we're getting from this team. See out the last couple of minutes. Then I'll show you the new assistant manager and the new head of youth development, who over time I'm sure will be an improvement. There we go. Okay, Omrani's out for 5 to 6 weeks. That's not brilliant for him. Richardson, Rennie, 4 to 5 weeks. I mean, like, they're annoying injuries, but nothing too serious, which is, it's nice to see. It's back to having, like, so-so injuries now and again, instead of, like, a couple of seasons back when it was just all the injuries all the time. So let's go staff members. We have been the best in terms of staff for a long time. We go to the assistant manager, who had a fantastic playing career. Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Barcelona after Hamburg. And he was Mechelen assistant manager, moved to Rupel Boom. Loves to say that the guy is out of position. And we now have Omer Thomas as our head of youth development, with 17 working for youngsters. Judging player ability is at 18, and judging player potential is at 17. He's even got like fantastic coaching stats if we need it. So that is the change there. Big boots to fill, especially that head of youth development. And that, I think we've covered everything. I really do think Javier Casanova has got a really big future at the club. We haven't got him registered for the Champions League this time around. By January, that is sure to happen. Alongside the new Swedish player that I'm fiddling with the pen. The new Swedish player that I'm super excited to see, John Proud. He might be going because I want to get 2 right backs about 4.5 stars, so the Minerato loss isn't felt in a drastic way. Oh, I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see. But it is very exciting. I mean, like, it's a weaker side, but we go away against Lyon and beat them, slap them up silly, right? They really dominate away from home there with the 3-goal margin. What were their stats, actually? Let me have a look at their stats. They had 2 on target. The 2 games before this, the opposition didn't register a single shot on target. One of them, we finished with 9 men, and they still didn't register a single shot on target. The defence, even though it has been picked apart a little bit, some players, I think, have started to stand up, started to take their leadership to the next level. I did send Guy Guerin onto a leadership course last season, to be fair. That doesn't surprise me one bit. Cool. Let's see what happens. I don't think we'll win the Champions League because of how much we've lost. But we are going to gain in that midfield again. We might even end up with a stronger midfield this season. I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting. See you next time after the January transfer window, and I'll tell you how good that Swedish player is. Bye bye.